Welcome back to the CDMS podcast. It is 2024. This is first podcast of the year.
Yeah, so it's technically episode 1. Remember that.
Episode one, season 2 of the CDMS podcast, the podcast where we're getting better every single podcast episode. We're trying new things. We got a lot of stuff planned for this year. We got a lot of stuff we want to do. A lot of stuff we're probably not going to be able to do. But that besides the point. We're not going to talk about what we can't do. We're going to talk about what we can do. And that's try to be consistent as possible and bringing you the podcast that you need, the podcast that you need to stay in tune for all
podcast that you
drama.
want.
The podcast that you want, but not just want, but the podcast that you need to be watching and viewing. Because
who doesn't just love listening to two black men chilling in their rooms talking about stuff that you're probably just scrolling through Twitter and Instagram saying, "Oh, look at that," and just kept on scrolling. But here we are, just giving you the news of it, actually breaking it down so you actually be in the know of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry.
With that being said, are you good? With that being said, there's a lot of drama to start off 2024. We've had some people to pass. We've had aliens. We've had people to pass in helicopter crashes. I mean, not helicopter, like small plane crashes. Rest in peace to those people. The actor and his daughter. I hate that for them. 2024 is already kicking off to a great start. But
China.
We have so much drama. We got Katt Williams exposing the entire comedic industry. Cedric the Entertainer still in jokes. Out of all people, Cedric the Entertainer still in jokes. Kevin Hart maybe being the industry plant. Tiffany Haddish losing her career. And Taraji P Henson not getting paid. So we're going to start off with Kevin Hart. No, not Kevin Hart. We're going to start off from the beginning with Cedric the Entertainer coming on Shannon Sharpe podcast a year ago. And when Shannon Sharpe asked him about Katt Williams and the joke that he stole or did not steal, because it was controversy. And he was like, I didn't steal the joke. But then in that same sense, he was like, I didn't steal the joke, but I saw the joke and I made it my own. So you just admitted in the same sentence that you stole the joke. Okay. A year later, Katt Williams like, yo, bro, you stole my joke. Damn near word for word. Didn't even really try to make it innovative or different or use a different style of comedy. So, but let's not hear it from me.
Man, any excuse just to get past the fact that he stole Katt Williams' joke. Ain't that so crazy? Never in my life would I thought to see Cedric the Entertainer to say out of his mouth that, yeah, I saw Katt perform this joke. Yeah, I liked the joke. Yeah, I used it. But that's what all comedians do. We all steal jokes. But Bernie Mac said himself in an interview clip in front of a bunch of other comedians or just a group of individuals. I'm not sure, but this Bernie Mac said the greatest comedian of his time said, never perform your joke in front of other comedians, because that is the quickest way for them to lose. Well, not for you, for them to lose, for them to take your shine. They're taking your pride and joy, something that you work on, and if they see how funny it is before you even get to perform it, then they're just gonna take it and run off with it. And that's exactly what Cedric the Entertainer did, and that is what exactly Steve Harvey did as well. How you gonna steal? Not even this. How can they both not only steal his ending joke, something that comedians work hard and pride themselves onto. That's how you close out a show. It isn't something that you just say and it's like just good night, everyone. No, it's something that everyone in the audience is gonna remember the special the or the comedy special for. It isn't something that you just steal and not think anyone's gonna notice. You mean to tell me the I think it was also from 1990 98 well when he performed it, or it might be from the early 2000s when he performed his when Katt Williams performed his car not car wash scene, but his gas price joke. And then literally not too long later, maybe 3 to 4 years, 2 years later, Steve Harvey is performing the same joke in actually I remember 2015. He's performing the same exact joke in 2015, and it's not even that some of it was different. It was quite literally verbatim. And maybe the only thing they changed was the ad libs that he used, but it was basically the same exact joke. Same thing with Cedric the Entertainer when Katt Williams said the same thing in the video. I had a Cadillac in my joke. He changed it to a spaceship.
But Steve Harvey has a history of stealing jokes. He stole an entire getup and used it for his sitcom series from Mark Curry when I forgot what he doing
He was
when
a
Mark
school
Curry when Mark Curry's
principal.
Halloween joke. Yeah, even with the principal joke and the Halloween joke when he was like, "Oh, well, I my dad used to make me wear boxes," and Steve Harvey did the exact same joke, almost word for word during his talk. So, bro, if you're not funny, you don't got it like that. That's cool, but give the people you got those jokes from their credit because they deserve it. At the end of the day, you don't hide it. It's not even about being original, which is kind of ironic considering that Steve Harvey, Cedric Entertainer, and Bernie Mac were the original kings of comedy, and with D.L. Hughley, can't forget about D.L. Hughley, four original kings of comedy. And Katt Williams said in that interview, "Hey, I was supposed to be the fifth king of comedy. I didn't want to join because I didn't want them niggas trying to take my jokes." Literally, Steve Harvey did everything in his power to keep Bernie Mac from being the superstar that he was. And literally, it sucks to say it, but Bernie Mac passing was probably the best thing for Steve Harvey's career because Bernie Mac was outsigning D.L. Hughley, sadly, Cedric the Entertainer, and especially Steve Harvey. Even with the original King of Comedy, I used to have one of the original Kings of Comedy CDs. Even probably I think it wasn't the CDs necessarily, but probably like the tape. And every single one of those, every single time, Steve Harvey would be the last one to go. Which means in stand up, how that works is the last person to go is the main course, which that's the person that they come for. So if Steve Harvey is going first and Cedric, DL, and Bernie are before him, then those are his openers. And even though it was supposed to be original Kings of Comedy tour, the way Katt Williams explained it made perfect sense. It doesn't matter what you call the tour if the main course is the last course. So Steve Harvey went out of his way to hinder this man's career every single chance he got. And that was just with Bernie Mac. Who knows how many comedians that Steve Harvey has screwed over and taken opportunities for when he could have lifted them up and etc. Now maybe he brought a few comedians that we do know on the way. He probably did do that, but we don't know. We just genuinely do not know on how many great comedians that we probably lost out of or was hindered because of him and Cedric's in the entire Wisdom Kings comedy tour actions did.
See no evil, fear no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, if you want to talk about the industry putting someone on, let's talk about Mr. Kevin Hart. Because Katt Williams had a lot to say about Kevin Hart in his
True.
interview. Or
I
as
don't
I like to
think Cat
call
Williams
Mr.
ever like
Industry
Kevin
Plant.
though.
You say what?
I don't think Kevin. I don't think Cat has ever liked Kevin at all.
But I
So
don't think Kevin Hart has ever liked Kevin either.
yeah, Cat.
Cat,
But yeah,
yeah, Kevin has never liked Cat, and as Cat said himself, he thinks I don't know if Kevin Hart's an industry plant, but literally, I promise you, I did not know who Kevin Hart was before Soul Plane. Actually, no, not even Soul Plane. I didn't even watch Soul Plane as a kid. I never really liked the show as a kid. Not show, but the
I saw
movie.
it once, and I was like, so this is like a Friday. The way I looked at it as like a Friday, not a rip off of Friday, but it was like, oh, so it's like a parody of. I always thought of it as a parody of another movie, but considering that it wasn't a parody of another movie, it was like okay. But even since I feel like 'cause you could easily argue that well we're saying all this stuff about Kevin now like being an industry plant well because Katt Williams said it, but no, think about it. Look at all the people who he had in that movie. For his first movie, he had Snoop Dogg in that movie. He had what the Hispanic girl that's been in every comedy movie like ever. Can't think of her name. I think it's Vanessa something. She was in that movie. Um, let me pull this up because I know
Ludacris
some of the actors
wasn't
in them.
Ludacris in the movie?
So playing?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Let's see.
Yeah, how about we just fact check ourselves? Oh, I
Snoop
Twitter right
Dogg,
here.
Tom Method Man, Tom Arnold, Godfrey, D.L.
Oh,
Hughley, Sophie. Oh, it wasn't Vanessa, my bad. It was Sophie, Simone,
oh,
John
yeah,
Witherspoon.
yeah, Raven
Bro,
on
this
there.
is hmm?
Yeah, Raven, Simone.
No, not Raven Simone.
Oh,
Or I think it's some more. Yeah. But bro, he had Terry Crews on here. This is an all-star cast for this man's first movie.
first
He had Lil Jon on there. It's like, bro, he had Lala Anthony. Lala Anthony's Carmelo Anthony's wife. You know who Carmelo Anthony is. He was a basketball player that played for the Knicks. That was mostly famous for playing with the Knicks.
okay. Now,
So yeah,
Kevin Hart's
Jesus
entire
Christ.
argument for him having this big deal, getting so
He also
close,
had Monique.
and his argument for being
Christ.
able to have this big deal was the fact that he was already performing in his scene in his city, and that's cool and dandy and all, but you got Cat Williams not performing his first show until after years into the game. And then not even his first film being a blockbuster. It was not even a rinky dink film, but just a small film produced by one director by the name of Ice Cube. And
Yeah.
so for Kevin Hart to come into the game with all these different icons, all these different celebrities in his first film, it screams big money industry plan, or at least someone in the industry was backing this because it doesn't make any sense.
Have you ever heard of a show called Undeclared?
Undeclared, no.
Because that's where Kevin first got his first break on TV, and then he go from being an Undeclared to another movie. Hold up, let me see, like, because I don't want to read this wrong.
Sorry,
Because I don't care if he's an industry plant or not. I just care if you're funny or not. And to me, Kevin Hart has not been funny for a long time. So,
he was funny. His old shit was funny.
oh yeah, most definitely. So okay, so he did a couple of stand up competitions, and all of a sudden Now in 2001, he's on a show called Undeclared, and after
I
having a
wasn't even
recurring
born.
role on Undeclared, he appears in a movie. He in 2001, he's like some background character, right? A recurring background character. And all of a sudden, a year later, he's in a movie called Paper Soldiers. Then a year later, he's in Scary Movie 3. We all remember him from Scary Movie 3 in his in this background appearance
He
with,
was in Scary Movie 3.
and then all of a sudden he has his own, and after that, he all of a sudden he has his own solo movie.
Now, okay, so I ain't gonna take back what I said about Kevin Hart being. Actually, no, I'll take a little bit of it back because now that I'm thinking about it, I never realized how much Kevin Hart was actually in a lot of the stuff that I watched growing up. Kevin Hart is funny. I'm not saying he isn't funny, but for him to be in a blockbuster film, like I said, backed by a big company, backed by a big sister or a big brother, it just screams that somebody wanted him to succeed. There's no possible other answer but someone up up in the company wanted Kevin Hart to succeed because either they saw that they can make money off of him because like Kevin Hart said, when did Hollywood start liking a short, big nose, kind of bald looking. I can't say the word, but a bald looking man. Like like when has Hollywood liked this? Because we all know Hollywood usually goes for the chiseled, nice looking. If they black, they have to be toned. If they white, they have to look like Chris Pratt. And so it's just like Hollywood obviously is looking for certain stuff, and so it's just I just don't understand why Kevin Hart and why Kevin Hart hates Cat so much. I understand why Cat doesn't like Kevin Hart because he said it very well in an interview. He only likes people that works for what they gain.
Like, okay, you could argue that because Cat Williams went in on him being on Kevin being a hypocrite when Kevin said, "Oh, I'll never put him to dress because of boundaries," and all of a sudden Kevin's wearing a dress. Now it's not in the movie like Martin Lawrence and Big Mom, but he's on SNL wearing a dress. What happened to those boundaries? No, I was watching the Gilbert Arenas podcast, and he made a very solid argument for Cat and against Cat. Well, for Kevin and for Cat. You can argue, well, okay, Kevin was given a nod. Someone in Hollywood did see that, yeah, we can print money off this guy. We can make money off this guy for decades to come. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. We can get him to do the roles that Cat Williams probably don't want, even though Cat Williams is the funnier comedian, the better actor, and everything. He could be the better actor. But if we can't get him to do what we want, we're gonna find someone else to do it. And that's probably what happened. I hate that it happened like that, but that's probably what happened. Now, the argument for Kevin with the dress situation, they like, okay, you have a brand you got to protect. You got people you got to protect, family, money, and stuff you got to put on the table. And at this point in Kevin's career, we're not talking about like kitty money, like play money, like a couple hundred grand, a couple hundred. No, we're talking about we're not even talking about like one. We're talking about like tens of millions of dollars, probably hundreds of
Yes.
millions of dollars. Maybe not hundreds of million dollars, maybe like tens of millions of dollars. I'm not gonna act like because I don't know if Kevin is a generational type of comedian. Like oh well,
No,
he's like
I think
on a level of like Richard Pryor.
Adam Sandler would be more of a generational comedian than Kevin Hart.
I mean, you could argue. I mean, we can like do semantics. And be like, well, he's white, so what do you expect? I'm not gonna do that. That's lame. That's really lame.
No,
I hate people that
Adam
do that.
Sandler's just funny.
True, but you know how the black community gets when it comes to stuff like this. Like we get butt hurt real easy, especially when it comes to comedy. Like I thought comedy was objective, but okay.
You go
Um,
saying objective and it's subjective.
Subjective. Get over it. You know what I meant. Subjective. I mean, competition, subjective, objective. We're not gonna have this argument. Whatever. Look, the point. He was like, okay, yo. They said, yo. We, if you don't want to put on this dress for this one episode, we can make this brand disappear and that brand disappear. If we know for a fact that Dave Chappelle got screwed over $100 million from a contract where he made more money than the studios thought he would make, which made the contract invalid, which means that studio got to take that whole $100 million from Dave and then make that contract invalid. Why couldn't they do the same thing with Kevin Hart? If they didn't print off money for Kevin Hart, they didn't print off money from Kevin Hart for decades. So why can't they do the same thing? And the fact that Katt Williams know that this has happened, he knows this has happened. He knows what this is in that third. But to Katt Williams, he's like, yo, bro, you was given every opportunity you have. You was protected every single chance you got. You was just protected. I wasn't. Dave wasn't. Patrice O'Neal wasn't. All these other comedians were not protected like you are. It was not given the opportunities like you were given. We are legendary comedians because of our stand up and what we stood for. We was not going to be put in the box and be told what to do. Now that comes at a price. You make less money, you get less opportunity, less roles. But if you're just that good, you're gonna get roles anyway. Now it may not be your own solo movies like Kevin Hart getting movies with The Rock and this person and that person constantly. But if you're that good, then hey, you still gonna make a lot of money. I think that was Kevin Hart was, I mean not Kevin Hart, I think that was Cat was trying to say. And I think that's Cat's biggest argument against Kevin's like, yo, I did it the right way. And Kevin's like, that's cool that you did it the right way. I did it I did it the less quote unquote ethical way. I did it the less um I did it the most frowned upon way, but I still did it.
As as this generation would say, you sold him soul to the devil.
Probably did. But
Hey,
hey, I'm rich. My family's rich.
eh,
Generational money.
he in that
Hey,
bag. But all this talking about Kevin Hart and Cat Williams' hatred for each other. What's with the industry hatred for Tiffany Haddish? I never really saw an issue with her. I really liked her in the movies that she played in, and she's a pretty funny woman, as I may add. Women, it's kind of hard to find those nowadays.
I don't know about that. I personally never found Tiffany Haddish funny because I feel like she does like the loudmouth ghetto thing,
And I
which is
love it.
cool, but I just don't really relate or care about that. But no, what happened with her is kind of a tragedy because what happened? She did a comedy skit, a quote unquote comedy skit with Aaron Spears, another well-known comedian. And in this skit, they have cameras, they have sexually suggestive sexual angles of a child. And it was behind a paywall, and people found out about the skit, about the video, and shared it. It blew up. And after that, Tiffany Redis didn't get any casting. You didn't hear her name in Hollywood. You didn't hear her name in any big movies or nothing. You haven't heard of her name since. So and she wasn't even the main part of the video. She was just like I don't think she was the child's mom, but she was like somebody in the video. The main person in that video was Aries Spears. Where and the fact that bro still has a career and she don't can't agree with that.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So his career is still going strong, while her career died.
Yeah, essentially because he wasn't the same level of comedian that she was. Because she was getting she was getting big movie roles, bigger movie roles. He wasn't. He was just doing his stand up.
So this is my first time finding out about this. That's kind of, oh wow. What I will say is that, being that I've never seen the video, I don't want to think that was her intention of it. It was. I understand that, especially with our generation and our parents and even the generation under us, we care a lot about the kids. We care a lot about the kids, and I can understand why people was quick to not only attack her, but just to get this video off the internet, and also to get her off the internet. But did we ask her why she made this, or like,
It wasn't her idea. It was Ari Spears' idea to make the video in the first place. That's what's wild about it. That's what doesn't make sense about her career getting put in the toilet. She was asked by him to be in the video.
so I think what people are attacking her on is that she knew what the skit was about. But did she know what the skit was about?
See, that's the argument because I think she said she didn't know. I think because from her, I've seen her talk about it once, and it was like a year or two ago. So I don't want to like misquote her or say anything wrong. But from what I remember, I think she was like, "Yo, what happened was it wasn't. It was taken the wrong way." But I'm like, "Yo, nah."
Oh, Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany. Lord have mercy, Tiffany. All I'm gonna say is that the male co-host, like I haven't even been bothered to remember his name because
You
he
want to know
just,
the name? You hold up. I don't mean to cut you off. Do you want to know the name of the skit?
is it gonna tickle me fancy?
No.
Say it.
It's called The Mind of a Pedo.
I think it's time to do the outros. Oh my god, dying. Oh god, that was a man cough.
This, how long is this video?
Mind of a pedo is crazy. I personally think that the guy who created it should be punished instead of Tiffany Haddish. Yet again, another black woman being punished for, I'm assuming, what a white man did.
No, the guy's black.
I was gonna say
Like,
something, but it's not TSA approved.
mm, like Ari Spears has
Not TSA, but
has
yes,
has been
yes.
saying quote unquote controversial stuff for like the last couple of years. He was um saying, "Yo, Lizzo, you're fat," et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it'd be different if he was like doing it in the form of like joking wise, or just being like, "Oh, well, oh yeah, yeah, like whatever," right? The man's like, "No, like
You
you
fat.
this and you that." Yeah, just being disrespectful. And I understand, like comedians are gonna do that. It's part of their job, but there's a certain way you do it. Like when Katt Williams went on, what's her name, Wonder Sky? Was it Wonder Sky?
No, it's Gladiator King. No, it's
Was it
Wanda
Lady
King or
King?
Gladiator King? I'm
It
looking
was
this shit
Wonder
up right now.
something. Wonder Smith.
One,
Okay.
we, well, you got the Wonder part wrong. I'm just wrong.
Wonder Smith. Wonder Smith. And you know what's crazy? That wasn't even supposed to happen that day.
It
Because Cat
wasn't.
Williams explained it on the in the interview. He was like, "Yo, Wonder Smith told me before the interview started, yo, um, I want to thank you for putting the city of Atlanta on in the comedic era, in the comedic realm, you usually got nominated for like your Emmy. We're gonna spend all the time talking about the Emmy. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna keep the jail and your kids out of it. And what's the first thing she went for? She attacked the man and his kids, attacked the man and his family. And so what do you expect him to do? He destroyed you.
And then I
He
don't know what
destroyed you
happened
and
after
your
that.
whole career, bro. He destroyed her entire career.
What happened?
Without even going as far as he could have went.
What happened?
Bro was going easy on you and destroyed your career while going easy on you. Now you did to yourself. Pride and ego.
She didn't
Got
see
greedy.
that one coming. Like high cholesterol, it sneaks up on you.
Christ. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. No, I think the saddest topic outside of like Tiffany Haddish losing her career, I think
That's sad.
Ari Spears should have been investigated for that skit because there's no way he was like, "Oh, I think this is a good idea." So you taking very suggestive angles of a child and calling it comedic art was a good idea.
Oh my. Oh no.
Okay,
That's not good.
should have been investigated. The fact that he's been on multiple interviews and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm still cool with Tiffany Haddish." Bro, you quite literally got her kicked out of, you got her blackballed from Hollywood with your skit that you asked her to be a part of. Now she agreed, but she thought, "Oh well, I'm helping my friend out with a video." Okay, bro, you got her blackballed from Hollywood because of your actions.
Now we
Okay,
can't be friends.
but you know what? Hollywood is a dark, very dark place. Very cutthroat industry. And I bring it up because a couple of weeks ago, maybe, you got Taraji P Henson crying on an interview and saying and talking about how she hasn't been paid in decades. How Hollywood don't want to pay her the money that she deserves, knowing that she's one of the biggest black actors in her field. Like I don't know five black actresses that are bigger than Taraji P Henson right now. Queen Latifah, okay.
Wait, when was the last time Queen Latifah was in a movie? Pause. Like I'm gonna just stop you. I'm gonna just stop you right now because
My point exactly. My point exactly.
because Taraji P Henson, I'm not even like a big Taraji P Henson fan. Like, and I haven't been, but I know a good actress when I see one. Cookie, Proud Mary, Acrimony. Uh, don't even get me started on The Color Purple.
Name another name another black actress right now that's been in the game that's been in the game somewhat long or longer than her that's still doing movie roles like that. Gabriel Union, okay, that's one. Queen Latifah, she barely do stuff. She barely do like big stuff. I think she's like in a like TV show. So maybe Queen Latifah, maybe Gabriel Union, okay. Maybe Viola Davis, maybe.
Oh, yeah, Viola Davis. Viola
Okay, so
Davis.
that's three.
Yeah, three.
That's three. What's her name? Angelina Bassett.
Yeah,
That's
Angelina
four.
Bassett. But like, what was the last movie she was in?
Black Panther 2.
Oh.
I haven't seen Black Panther 2, so I'm not gonna speak on it, but I will speak on Black Panther 1. Coons.
Lord have mercy.
Bro, Black Panther 1 had people thinking that Killmonger was doing the right thing. No! God no. But whatever. That's his entire topic for another day. Not even. Don't even get me started. Oh my god.
There's not five. I can't think of number five, and I'm terrible.
I can't even think of five, bro. Like it is difficult to think of five actresses that in the four actresses I named are probably making way more money than Taraji P Henson does.
And it's so sad because on a cover article, they even had what Taraji was making and what, sad to say it, her white counterpart was making. Her white counterpart was making more than triple what she was making. That's sad. How do you pay someone that little? And it can't even be that she's in a bad contract because she's a well profound actress. She's a philanthropist. Oh my lord, I can't even say it right. Philanthropist. Philanthropist. Philanthropist.
Humanitarian. Boom.
Planetarian. She's a planetarian as well. And isn't she a author as well, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, she wrote a couple books.
And so she's well versed in a lot of shit. And so
And she has the awards to back her.
And the awards to back her. The movie acclaims to back her. The television shows acclaims to back her. So why is she getting paid less? Because it's obvious to say it, but it sucks to say it. She's a black woman in the industry ran by a predominantly white people, and it's just the truth of the matter, and it's sad. And it's really sad to see because most of the original movie actors were black. Earth the Kid is a beaming thought in my mind right now when it comes to black actresses. And so it is unfair what Taraji P Henson is going through, and Hollywood should be ashamed, truly.
She has done way too much. Just to be getting screwed over the way she does. And speaking of getting screwed over, the fans of Capcom.
Not getting, listen, not even screwed over, bent over at this point, because we talked about an industry taking, oh, not even really, well, taking something and essentially gatekeeping a minority from reaching prosperity. But this is kind of what the Capcom community, not community, but Capcom company is doing to the Capcom community. They're putting IP bans on modding skins, and any modded configurations that affect the games. And this is gonna hurt a lot of their older gen games. Resident Evil Revelation, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, and any other Capcom game that has been modded to have better processing or better resolution, better frames, less bugs, and just better quality of life changes that now Capcom doesn't want us to have. And it's gonna suck because I grew up with the Capcom franchise. I grew up playing Resident Evil, and I grew up watching YouTubers, streamers, and speedrunners play Resident Evil 1, 2, and speed runner randomizers running through it. That was my childhood, and for it to see it just go away just because of the fact that the company doesn't want to allow its players to be able to make mod skins like the fucking Chun-Li skin for Sky X family. Fuck you, Capcom. Because that is the only reason why they're doing this shit. It makes no sense. Just because they want to have this big license IP, they want to damn an entire community.
Cause I play. Is it wrong to play devil's advocate? Just on the whole licensing thing, because I didn't even think about that. if if the modding can basically put Chunga, I mean not Chunga, I'm thinking about Smite. Um, if Chung Li, if people can put any skin from like for example, let's say they want to give her a Final Fantasy skin or whatever, right? And couldn't like Capcom be sued or have to pay or have to settle in court for something like that, even though it's not their fault and it's
Um,
like the fans?
um,
Because I'm pretty sure through some legality that they can be sued or something like that,
I think
and
Final
and you can
Fantasy is
argue
owned
that,
by
but,
Capcom. I'm looking it up right now, but I think Final
but
Fantasy
outside
is
of
owned by
that,
Capcom.
yeah, but outside of that, there is no excuse at all for you taking away from you taking away the mods that make your older games run better. There are retro gamers. There's an entire marketplace in retro gaming. Hell, two bit gaming is still popular.
Very,
What is it
very
called?
popular.
What type of game is Amori? Isn't
It
Amori two
is.
bit?
It is a
Yeah,
two. It is 64-bit, 2-bit. Same shit. It is a 2-bit fucking just battle
RPG.
RPG. Role playing RPG. Like literally. Like I don't play like anything that really uses Unreal Engine 5 or has like updated shit. Most of my stuff is retro because that's what I like. I don't really like any of the new stuff because any of the none of the new stuff interests me. The last game that actually got me interested in wanting to buy it was Elden Rings, and I didn't even get to play it.
The last new game that I actually truly cared about was Cyberpunk. Played Cyberpunk, beat it 3 times. Haven't touched the game since. Haven't even played the new what's it called, Phantom Library. And I heard that Cyberpunk won a couple of gaming awards last year in the gaming award thing for Phantom Library. My thing is like I did everything I wanted to do in the game. That's it. To me, Cyberpunk isn't one of those games to where like I want to come keep coming back to the game because I beat every ending. I got every ending. The game had like 5 endings. I got all 5 endings. So it was like, and I played the game on the hardest difficulty first. So me playing the game on ultimate difficulty from the beginning, the game, and by that time it was way before they introduced like the Phantom Library, the updates and stuff. So I played the very buggy version of the game. And my reason for even bringing it up, for bringing Cyberpunk up, is because all of these new gen games, they have amazing graphics. They do. But what's the point of having god tier graphics if your game does not work? If your game is going to be buggy and laggy
I don't
and
know, bro. Cool
doesn't
stars.
work?
Oh my god, bro.
So
Look at the
why
cool
did
stars. Laser
look at
beams.
what was it? There's a good example of a gaming company, Puppet Combo. They make retro horror games. They stay in their lane, and their games always work.
I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about.
What's it called? I think it's Babysitter Nightmare.
What this nigga talking about?
Puppet Combo. Puppet Combo. Corey Kenshin was I'm not gonna say he put that game company on, but him playing their games got them very popular very quick. Nun Massacre?
Oh, you wanted me to play that?
Yep. Bro,
I wasn't buying that.
I still want you to play.
I'm not buying it.
It's gonna be so it's
I'm
gonna
not
be so
spending.
funny.
I'm not spending €5.99 for it.
Isn't it like $10 in American dollars? I'm thinking about it.
I don't fucking know, nigga. That's crazy.
Probably
ten
is.
dollars for this fucking 2-bit fucking retro murder nun game. Got me fucked up, shawty.
Bro, you would enjoy it. I promise you would. I
I
would I
probably
wouldn't
would.
suggest the game you wouldn't enjoy.
I mean, of course, you already know what type of style of games I play. Shit,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You watched me play Little Nightmares 2 when I said you literally watched me play Little Nightmares 1 and 2 when I said I probably wasn't going to play them. And I did. I said I didn't want to play Outlast. Yet I did.
And you still haven't finished
And
Outlast.
I haven't finished it. But I haven't finished it. I have to. But I just haven't started.
Even though you're at the ending.
Hey,
You're at the ending of the game.
You
just finish the game.
Some I did.
Being a pussy.
Some I did. Well,
okay. we're gonna get to our infamous WTF that I just watched.
What the fuck did this nigga make me watch?
Sure, yes, sir. I always gotta make you watch something, completely wild and extreme. That's what we do it for.
This just seems like my Twitter feed. Yes,
sir.
The wildest thing that comes on my Twitter feed is furries. Hey, listen. You heard it from me, folks.
Yes, sir. We're gonna kick off the New Year's with 2 WTFs that I just watched. And the first one.
Hit me with the first one, Poppy. I don't even need to watch it. Bro, listen, I can't wait till I'm able to move my pecs by themselves. Once I'm able to do that,
Deals.
none of y'all niggas will tell me anything. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Because it's just like, that's a lot of muscle control right now.
It is.
Can you do that, friend?
I don't have pecs.
Can you do it with your cheeks?
No comment.
Next month is Valentine's. I'm gonna need to eat that ass on a plate, or I'm gonna need a birthday cake with my name on it.
Your birthday's in May.
Hey, we can just say it's in February. February the 4th.
Lame. And this is your last WTF. Nah, you're probably gonna have to have the volume for this one.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay. Breathing diaphragm. I love shitty jokes like that so much because I don't really think they're meant to be funny. I think they're just meant for you to just like, oh, that's creative.
It is. That guy. His content is like
peak comedy.
Tell me about it.
Well, wait. It's beginning of the year. We have to have a beginning of the year conversation with our 170 viewers that are greeting us into the brand new year. Because it's the first episode. We got to make it. It's the pilot episode. We got to make this as cringy as possible to make people.
It's not really the pilot episode though.
Hey, it's the pilot episode of season 2.
That's not how that works. The pilot episode is usually like the very first episode before season 1.
I'm a gum blast you. Let Lucha. Oh, all I want to say is Hi, any new viewers, and hello to all old viewers. I don't think. Whoa, actually, I haven't reintroduced myself in like a very long time. So to all the new viewers who haven't met me, hi, my name is Cameron Nicholas Butler. I'm 21, and I'm a Taurus, and I like playing video games. And my favorite snack is your mom. Uh, Imara, you want to reintroduce yourself?
I'm here.
Yes, he is. He is here. Maybe when we get an editor that's good enough, he can start editing spooky shit. And so when you start saying shit like that, it just starts cutting out glitching. Like I am here. Um, but as you may know, we originally well some may know, we originally started off with four. Now it's the two last Mohicans, and we've been enjoying it since then, and it's been working. We have gained attention, gained traction, and I feel as if it's the beginning of a new leaf. Call me Animal Crossing. I'm sorry, I'm corny. I'm corny. Okay, and so to all who join us, I know I'm sorry. I'm so corny. I'm so corny. Oh, for all who join us, thank you for joining us. Yada 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 yada. I hope you enjoyed the ride because
That
it's gonna
Animal
be a
Crossing
doozy.
side was so cringe. Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
turning a new leaf, call it Animal Crossing. I'm telling you, we might get copyright for that, low key. I don't think Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo like that. I'm using a shtick.
That doesn't matter as long as you're not trying to sell merchandise with it. Put it on the shirt. I'm just fucking with you.
Bro, listen, listen. Captain Cap on the shirt, most definitely.
Mm.
I need that on a beanie. Wait, are we actually doing outros? No, no last comments. Damn, you cringe. Well, my friends, it seems like that's gonna be the end of this episode. Obviously, I was your gracious host, Cameron. Even I didn't really, talk that much because this muzzle mouth over here wanted to talk the entire time. And I was like, let me, and he's like, oh, well, I want to talk. And so I just let her run this shit. But I was your gracious host, Cameron, and this was my gracious host, Mario. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.